Hello, hello, hello. This is Shelly over at CraftyMeShop, dialing in today from upstate New York. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here with me today. Today I have two shabby vintage pink journals right here before me. I completed them today. So excited. I just kind of wanted to get them done, get them ready, and get this video uploaded. And they will also be listed in my Etsy shop. So let's get started. I have used SamPoole Designs. I've also used, of course, Esme over CraftyMeShop. Oh my God, I lost it there for a minute and went totally blank. And Sheila over at BoHoDayDreams. Yes, so let's get started. I have two of them here. So how about we start with this one? Let me just set that one aside. So how's everybody doing today? How's your week? How's your weekend? Everything going well? Me, I've been busy. Of course we all are, aren't we? It's just our lifestyle. Anyway, here we have it. And also, I have to mention that my journal covers are always from Sharon over at the TheJournalocityShop. Her beautiful, beautiful documented covers. I always use them. So here we have it. So beautiful. I love it. I just have some sari silk here for the wrapping. Just gonna set that aside. And we have Esme's beautiful, beautiful vintage crocheted lace here is the front cover. I did some stenciling. And of course I did some fancy stitching. And this piece here, I love this piece. I'm proud of this piece. Yep, I put it on the journal. It is removable if you'd like to remove it. It is antique. It comes from France. And it's gorgeous. I hesitated whether or not I wanted to, but it's beautiful. I couldn't help myself, you ladies. And this is porcelain. Porcelain, gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So let's dive right in on the inside. I'm gonna do these two pink journals and then I'm gonna cut the video. If I do all four journals in one video, it just makes it too long. So I'm gonna come back after this one and do the two blue journals. Here we have some vintage wallpaper. I love it. I think it's gorgeous. And here we also have, I'm gonna move this candle back. God forbid if I light my journal on fire. That would not be good. I am using Sheila's, she creates these. I used this stick pin here that she created. It's so beautiful. It's attached to this lace pocket. We have Esme's trim here on vintage book page, along with one of Sheila's boho beads. Aren't they gorgeous? Love it. And then here we have a lace pocket using Esme's trim. It's gorgeous. And here I have these tags were made out of a masterboard I created a little while ago. So it is using my scraps. And I just used gesso and then inked it up. And I added a bow, some fabric I had. And this is stitched all the way around here to make that pocket. So pretty. And this is all SamPoole Designs except for the beautiful ledger paper, and I forget who the ledger paper is from, but I will definitely post everybody's link down below in the description box. And then I just used a little brad here, as you can see in the back, and it's attached to this ledger, and I just added a fabric, beautiful fabric scrap here. This scrap paper that I had from an old antique book, and I just stamped on it. And then we have this fabric entwined with this beautiful, it's lace piece. And that's removable, guys, so you can use it. And then here I just have a vintage, no, these are vintage tags. And they have been coffee dyed. And I just did Sheila's, I just did a cluster on there with Sheila's boho trim. And the little rosette is from my stash. And then here we have Esme's beautiful trim, and I just entwined it with some sari silk. And then we have a vintage book page here, and I just love it. It's so pretty. Then another vintage book page, and then I use some piano paper. Another vintage book page, and these are dated from 1885. And then here is a tag, which is attached to a Tim Holtz clip. I feel like I'm losing my voice. Excuse me, guys. All right. And then this is just from a masterboard I created with the vintage wallpaper I had. And I added this beautiful image from SamPoole. And then SamPoole stamped it down here in the bottom. And we have some sari silk bow on the top. And then I just did some stenciling in the back. And certainly journal on in the back there. And then we have this vintage, let's see where I can see the date. It's 1947, and it appears it might be a receipt or of some sort. It is in French. So there is that. And then we have this beautiful fabric page. And then here we have that beautiful ledger paper. And I just have my little mini paper rose gold clips that I used in all the journals with some sari silk tied in the top. And then I used this French paper book page, actually, and I made it into a pocket. And I used SamPoole Designs on here. It's a floating pocket, and this is Sheila's beautiful lace trim. And then I have some cutie patootie tags here. This is with the vintage wallpaper, and this is just from paper scraps. And here we go. And then I just have a vintage ticket there. And then we have a lace pocket here using Esme's beautiful trim, yes. Can you guys see? And then I just have a little bookmark, and I just use SamPoole stamps. It is from a masterboard I created. Isn't this beautiful? And then we have over here a vintage label. It's in French, so some fluid of coca. I'm not really sure, guys. And then I created, I love this ledger paper, this beautiful tag, again, from using that masterboard I created. Using my scraps, I just did some SamPoole stamping and SamPoole image here. And added some beautiful silk bow up there to that tag. Sheila's. Some piano paper. Vintage book page. I love it. Another vintage book page. Here we have another tag I've created using Sheila's trim up there on the top. SamPoole stamp in her image, of course. And certainly journal in the back. It's just some collaging. And then here in the back we have a registered package receipt. It's dated June 15th. I'm not sure of the year, but it's super neat. Let's see, is that a date? One date of postmark, 1/18/14. Super cool. It tucks right. Wait a minute here. Yep, it tucks right in here. Vintage book page. And then here we have Esme's lace entwined with some sari silk. And here is another love it little cluster here using Sheila's trims. Another book page here. These are all dated from the 1885. And that is used as the center. And I love it. September 12th, 1885. I used that as the center. Just thought it was lovely. We have another tag here using Sheila's silk. Little embroidery piece here. It's from a masterboard using my scraps and vintage wallpaper, SamPoole Designs, and SamPoole stamp. You can certainly journal in the back. Vintage book page. And here we have another ephemera tag. I added some of that piano paper. SamPoole Designs, SamPoole stamp. Just a little collage here with Sheila's trim. And this image from SamPoole. It's so pretty. You can certainly journal in the back. And then we have this Victorian calling card here. And yeah. Book page, antique book page, piano paper, this ledger. Plenty of room to journal and make it your own as well. Then we have this lace pocket. I did some sewing. And then here is from that master board, from that vintage wallpaper. Sari silk there on the top. I'm going to open my blinds up a little bit. And that just tucks right in there. Hang on, guys. I don't know, is that better? Is that better, guys? All right, and then we have this fabric page. Here's the back of that. It has a little pink from that receipt. And then over here, we have this old envelope, Brazil stamp, I believe it is. It's from Cambridge, Mass. And on the inside, I put a French label. It clips right on there. And then here we have another tag. It's a collage using that master board with vintage wallpaper, SamPoole design, and SamPoole stamps with Sheila's silk on the top. Nice little pretty silk bow. And then here is that antique paper book page. Some piano paper, vintage book page, antique book page, SamPoole Designs, and that ledger here. And then here we have another 1800s book page floating pocket. It's so cute. I added a SamPoole image on the back and SamPoole stamp. And on the this is Sheila's boho trim. And we have some cute little miniature tags I made out of my masterboard that I used with my vintage wallpaper. And they tuck right in there. So let's put this back on first. Then we will stick the tags back in there. They're so cute. I just have a vintage ticket here. Then we have this beautiful lace pocket, did some stitching. And here we have, again, all these tags are made out of my masterboard from the vintage wallpaper and paper scraps. I did some SamPoole stamping in the back, SamPoole stamping in the front, 1842 with SamPoole image. So cute. And then here is the end. And then it's a pocket from this vintage book page, Esme's beautiful lace here, and inside that pocket, it's a little fragile, guys. We have this October 1899 French page here. That tucks right in there. And here is that beautiful vintage wallpaper. I love that. And that is it, guys. But one thing I did want to add, and I forgot to add in here, which I'm going to add right now in all the journals, but I'll do it as I go along. Just got to figure out where I want to put them. And I am going to think, and I have some French antique lace samplers here that I wanted to add. It's got the original tags on them, French tags, but I wanted to add them in here and I forgot, so we are going to add them now. So I'm going to place one there, and that Tim Holtz clip, and then I wanted to tuck one somewhere else. And I just got to figure out where, so you guys can leave it there as is, or, you know, use it throughout this journal. Just got to figure out where I want to put the other one. And then we have this beautiful antique. Isn't that gorgeous? These came all the way from France, guys. They are antique. They are old. And I wanted, we'll add one in the back of this clip. There. So pretty. And there. And there you have it, guys. I love all the SamPoole images, the antique book pages, the vintage book pages, piano paper, the ledger. I just think it's so pretty. It came out so pretty. And definitely plenty of room to journal in and still make it your own. And it's still a chunky monkey. There you have it, guys. So pretty. I love it. Love it. So that is journal number 1. Pink vintage journal, and then we'll move on to the second one here. And here is the second one. I'm just going to go through this quickly. Some sari silk as the closure. And then we have this beautiful, beautiful piece from Esme. I love it. It's in pearls and rhinestone. So pretty. And then Esme's beautiful lace here. I did some stenciling in the back. And then here I added on the top and on the bottom some of that German tape. I just loved the look. SamPoole stamp here on the bottom. And some fancy stitching, which I love to do. And let's move on in. And then here is that beautiful vintage wallpaper. I love it. I love the color. I love the texture. Vintage book page. Here, and we have Esme's beautiful trim. We have Sheila's beautiful bead here. And then I didn't have another Sheila stick pin, but I did create this stick pin some time ago, and I decided to add it right here. And did I accidentally attach that? I did. Okay, so let's undo that. All right. Accidentally attached. Let's put this back on. There we go. And then this I love. I love, love, love this lace. It's just so pretty. And it is stitched all the way around. And then we have a beautiful tag here. Made from my masterboard. Sheila's silk trim on the top. SamPoole stamp and SamPoole image. I love it. Tucks right in the pocket there. And then again, we have a beautiful fabric piece. This is from an antique book. I just did some stamping on it. And we have some beautiful fabric piece that I had and just entwined it in Esme's trim there with a brad. That is certainly removable. And then I just use some washi here, some washi there. Look at that. I love that. SamPoole Digitals. And then I just did some collaging here. Piano paper. Some coffee dyed lace paper here. I just tore a piece of that, did some collaging. Added a SamPoole stamp with a SamPoole image and Sheila's boho trim. Sorry silk on my rose gold miniature clips here. And then we have an old envelope here from Philadelphia. It's just an old vintage envelope. And on the inside, I have a French label. Then here we have that French receipt. Here's the back of it. And then I just have a collage bookmark with some SamPoole stamping. You can journal on the back. Here's that beautiful antique paper. I love it. I just did some fabric washi there on the top. Some piano paper. Here we have a registered package receipt dated March 12th, 1912. And here is the back. And on the back here we have a Victorian calling card. May every blessing God can give bring peace around you while you live. And there's some writing there in the back. LCB Barker. And that just tucks right in there. We have, I love this from this book page, September 5th, 1885. It's from the London Charivari. I'm not sure. It's wicked cool though. Some fabric washi here. I just love the colors and how they tied in with the SamPoole designs here. We have an Esme tag. I did some, or Esme lace. I did some sewing here. And then we have a tag, collage tag. SamPoole stamp in the back. Stamping here with a SamPoole design or image. Just a little washi there on that ledger. And then we have a floating pocket. Made out of that 1800s book page. I SamPoole stamp here and one of her images on the back. Using Sheila's trim here on the side. And then we have two collage tags from the masterboard I created with some sari silk there on the top. And they tuck right in there. Actually, let's put this on first. And then we'll tuck those right in there. And then we have a French label here in the back. Here is some piano paper. Book page with some washi, fabric washi. And we have let's see. We have some beautiful Esme trim with some sari silk. I just entwined it, attached it to that page. And here is that. This is vintage. Love it. Tag, and I just did some collaging with some of Sheila's beautiful trim. And then we have a tag here. Nice pretty collage tag with a vintage wallpaper and paper scraps. SamPoole design along with her stamps. Sheila's silk here on the top. You can certainly journal in the back. And then I think I'm going to add one of these. I want to add it there. Probably I'll just add this there. This French antique lace with the original label on it. Just add it there. You can leave it there or play around, put it wherever you want, or you know, do as you wish with it. Book page, ledger with some washi there. Fabric page. We have a vintage ticket here. And here we have another collage tag using that vintage wallpaper from Masterboard. Sheila's silk here on the top. SamPoole stamping. You can certainly collage or journal in the back. Antique paper. Here is the center. I love this. That's why I added it to the center. I think it's beautiful. August 8th, 1885. Then we have another beautiful collage tag here using that vintage wallpaper, SamPoole stamps, and image. I won't take that off. It is attached. It has some sari silk on the top with Tim Holtz clip there, and I'm going to add this other French antique lace here with the original label on it. And then we have this fabric. Love this fabric. Ledger paper, antique book page. Here again, I just used Esme's beautiful trim here and just added some, entwined some sari silk in there. And then we have another vintage. And I just did some collaging using Sheila's beautiful trim, beautiful book page, piano paper, ledger paper, and then we have a beautiful collage tag here, SamPoole stamps, and this image with Sheila's beautiful trim. Love that trim. And some sari silk on the top there. Beautiful lace pocket with some stitching, and then using that vintage wallpaper from the Masterboard. Sari silk on the top of that tag. You can journal on the back. Vintage book page, antique book page. Piano paper. Antique book page. Here's the back of that receipt. I just added some sari silk there. Love this. I love those roses. We have another floating pocket here made out of that 1800s French book page. And I use SamPoole image here on the bottom with Sheila's beautiful lace. Vintage button, SamPoole image, along with some cute little tags from my Masterboard. One with the vintage wallpaper, and the other one just from some scraps. And that just clips right on there. And in the back here, we have a check It is a very old check. Paid April 16th, 1894. Isn't that amazing? And certainly the owner's signature there was on the back. Isn't there checks? I don't know. Beautiful. That tucks right in there. And we have another lace pocket here, some sewing. And then I created a bookmark and added a little bow with some fabric I had. Using my scraps. It's from that masterboard. I created several masterboards and made a ton of tags out of them. We have an old book page here. Here is the back. Love that. Vintage wallpaper. Esme's trim here. Just created a pocket. And inside that pocket we have a very old, I believe it would be a letter. It's in French, dated 1899. And it tucks right in there. And there you have it, guys. So pretty. I love them. Love, love, love. Very chunky. So there is the vintage pink Shabby tall journals, and I will be back shortly with my vintage blue ones. See you soon. Bye.